I got an opinion about this movie. So let me caveat my opinion in a second. Michael Jackson is a complex person. I think we all can agree to that. Michael Jackson was a very complex character. Let's be honest. So was pretty much everybody, right? But if you're in a spotlight like this, like Michael Jackson was, he's extremely complex. There's a lot of there's a lot of surface and there's a lot of iceberg, right? There's a lot going on with Michael Jackson. Same thing with Prince, same thing with Luther Vandross or any of those. I mean, let's just be honest. He's just a complex person. And I was watching that movie last night. Let me give you build up. Let me build up. I didn't want to go see it. I'm not going to lie. I didn't want to go see it. I was trying to talk my friends into me not going. I was like, I don't feel good. I got to worry about President Firstborn's car is having some issues. So I was trying to get that resolved. I was like, I don't really want to go. And I said, you know what? They're not going to let me off the hook. I got to go to this movie. I was like, can't y'all go to movies by yourself? So I went. And movie prices are expensive, so that's true. They ain't got nothing to do with Trump. Movie prices are crazy. Let's just be honest. And they wanted to eat while they were there. Like, don't you got food in the house? Okay, whatever. Okay, back to my point. So we're watching the movie. And I'm going to tell you right now, this movie is it's not for the 2026 super black pilled, gray pilled, what about crowd. It's not for you. If you're one of those people that want to hear about Macaulay Culkin, if you want to hear about Neverland Ranch and the lawsuits and all that stuff, this is not your movie. This is not your movie. Nope. That movie is not, this is not what they're giving you. They are giving you a very much I won't say vanilla, but they're giving you a very entertaining vanilla version of the Michael Jackson story. Like I said before, he's super complex. There's a lot of stuff going on with Michael Jackson. He was I'll say it like this. He was victimized by his dad. His dad was not a good dude. The guy that played his dad, he needs an Emmy. Okay, he needs an Emmy, an Oscar, a Grammy, every award, Tony Award, the third grade macaroni necklace award. That guy right there was amazing. The Joe Jackson guy, amazing. You know how I know he's amazing? Because I wanted to fight him. I was like, if I see him in the lobby, I'm going to beat him up. I'm going to fight Joe Jackson. That guy had me sucked in. The Joe Jackson character was amazing. I'm sorry. The Joe Jackson. He had me, again, like I said, if I saw him at the gas station, I wouldn't got my wife gas after we left the movie. If I see him at the gas station, I would have went to jail. He made me want to beat him up. I mean, he was amazing. He was amazing. And let me also just add this so I don't get lost in the sauce. Michael Jackson, the nephew that played, I guess it's like Jermaine's son, is playing his uncle Michael. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was an amazing rendition of Michael Jackson. I'm sorry. That was amazing. Let me go back to where I was before, because I'm kind of jumping around. I have no notes on this topic, none whatsoever. I was about to come on last night and do it. Okay. This movie is meant to make you feel good about that era of time. It's not meant to black pill you and talk about all the scandal and hijinks that went around Michael Jackson's life. Nothing of that nature. It's meant to show you a snippet of time and how this family from Gary, Illinois, overcame and became who we now know as Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5, and so on and so forth. It's not meant to do all that other stuff. So leave all the other stuff, because a lot of people are like, well, they didn't talk about this and they didn't talk about that. Who cares? What did they talk about? Let's talk about what they did talk about. And what they talked about was pretty amazing. It was pretty amazing. I'm not going to lie. I was thoroughly impressed. So so to those people that are like, well, what about this part? Leave it alone. Leave it alone and just enjoy it. I mean, enjoy it. You're going to be singing it. You might as well go ahead and do the human nature. You might as well go ahead and sing Beat It. I'm sorry. Their rendition of Thriller, you're going to want to do it. You're going to just do it and shut up. Shut up. Nobody cares. Just enjoy it, man. The movie is enjoyable. I have to admit. I don't want them to do another one. I don't. People are like, well, they're going to do a part 2. No, they're not. Leave it alone. No. The Jackson family, this is what they want to tell you about Michael. Hey, I appreciate them telling us this. I thought it was great. Like, that's it. Now, can I get a Prince movie? Can I please get a Prince movie? I don't know if Prince's family is like Michael's family. I just want a Prince movie. Please. Luther. Can I get a Luther Vandross movie? How about that? Can I Luther, please? Somebody. Oh my gosh. But back to the point. I thought that movie was outstanding. I was very impressed from the choreography. I thought the musical score was good. I had forgotten about certain movies. I would love to songs. I would love to have heard more, actually, truth be told. Yeah, I'm Team Prince. Yeah, Purple Hearts in the chat if you would want to see a Prince movie. I'm sorry. Y'all can call me out whatever you want to call me, but I will be right there in front. And I might even wear a Jerry curl wig for a Prince movie. I would have actually, to be honest with you, I would have actually liked more music. I would have sat there an extra 30 minutes. I wasn't like sitting there like, okay, when is this movie over? Is it over yet? Are they done? I was thoroughly engaged in it. If they had done more, I would have been sitting right there. I would have been sitting right there. And again, I think the nephew did a masterful job. Shout out to that nephew. He deserves all of his flowers. He did a great job, an excellent job. The nephew that played Michael and the guy that played Joe Jackson, they deserve all the, gosh, they deserve all, there we go. They deserve all the balloons and all the flowers. Can't you get like, yeah, there we go. That's what they need. They need all the flowers. Give them all the fireworks. They deserve it, man. They did a fantastic job. Now I will tell you this. Let me give you some caveats. They do not go into a lot of detail about the Jackson 5. You can tell this movie is about Michael. It is not about Michael plus the Jackson 5. They do not talk about the girls at all. They talk about LaToya, but they don't talk about Rebe Jackson. They don't talk about Janet Jackson. None of them catching. I don't know what happened. There's something about they didn't want to be a part of the movie, whatever. That's fine. I still think it was outstanding. They didn't do a long tail into, again, the Jackson 5. They give you enough to let you understand where they came from, how they got to where they are, so on and so forth. And then they jettisoned you right into adults, and the adults were fantastic. I thought it was great. They did go over a lot of the things that we remember, again, like the Pepsi Cola fire. Was it the bubbles, the chimpanzee, a lot of those things like that. I don't know the lore about the bodyguard. There's a bodyguard that is with Michael Jackson from the moment he moves to Encino, California, till the very end of the movie. I think his name is Bill. He was a great character too, by the way. I don't know if he's real. Same thing with his lawyer. Forgot his name, broker or something like that. Oh man, it's a top secret, man. I can't. Yes, the person that's playing Michael Jackson in the movie is actually Michael Jackson's nephew. I think don't quote me on this. I think it's Jermaine Jackson's son. That's crazy. And I mean, he crushed it. Well, then get me a Prince movie and y'all will see it. I will do it. I will do it. Yeah, apparently, yeah. I didn't know that. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think they did enough. I think they did enough to introduce new characters or characters maybe you didn't know about. They talked nothing about his relationships, nothing about his dating life, anything like that. And you know what? I didn't need it. I don't think we needed it. People are talking about, again, there are people who are saying, well, what about this? Well, you already know about that. What's the purpose of that? The point of the movie was to make you feel good about music and what it used to be like. Because another thing that you don't hear anything about from Michael Jackson is his politics. You hear nothing about politics. There's 2 points in the movie that could have quote unquote been, racially whatever. When MTV would not play black artists, and they went and raised a lot of cane about MTV getting Billie Jean played on MTV. And then somewhere else Michael Jackson talks about he's a black artist, but they're not leaning on that. That's not the whole crux of the movie by any means or measures. I think they did a masterful job of making Michael Jackson look extremely human, because I don't know if y'all, if you watched it, paid attention to how much he was interacting with people in the hospital. He had a great heart of empathy for people who are in hospital, whether it be and people in general, because there's a scene where he's like at a toy store buying games, and he ends up signing autographs to people, or signing autographs for people in the toy store while he's in checkout. It's fun. So I bring that up because they go through great lengths to show you that this guy was just a normal guy who, if you paid attention in the beginning of the movie, don't quote me on this, it might have been like in the first 20 minutes, where he's looking out the window watching kids throwing snowballs, and you kind of thinking that that's them, the Jackson 5 kids outside throwing snowballs at like the mailman and other kids in the neighborhood. But then it like backs out, and it's like Michael Jackson sitting on the couch looking out the window wanting to be like them. That shows you, I mean, they did a great job. I think Joe was like, Michael, get over here and get singing. And he like brings it back to reality. But it does a great job of showing, like, part of the reason why Michael Jackson probably behaved like that is because he didn't have a real childhood. Because, I mean, he was every bit of a 30-year-old man trying to play Twister, right? And he wasn't trying to play adult Twister or a married couple Twister, right? I'm like, what are you doing? But it's probably because he was truly had delayed development, arrested development as it relates to a child. And that doesn't make excuses for anything else. But I think you get the point that I'm making here. He was super sheltered. And his dad, again, Joe Jackson was phenomenal. I don't know who the guy is that played Joe Jackson, but he did a great job. He did a great job, because I wanted to beat him up. I did. I said, if I see Joe in the parking lot, it's on site. If I saw Joe at the gas station when I went and got gas last night, it would have been on site. This would have been a podcast from Fulton County Jail, or Cobb County Jail. I'm sorry. Because, yeah. Let me see. But I thought it was a really good movie. So I've never done a movie review. I have done some movie reviews. Go check that movie out. I think it was really good. And given the fact that you can clearly tell the point of this movie is to make you feel good about what music used to be like and what music used to do for the culture, what music used to do for society and that nature, I have no problems with that movie. None whatsoever. I think it was an excellent movie. I'm glad I got up and watched it. I'm glad this tea is amazing. Yeah, and I don't know why I just decided I want to do a mason jar. I have no idea why. I just decided because I got my Yeti, Black Yeti is back in the building. It's sitting over here ready to go. Yeah, I think it was a golden age of culture. I just think that they wanted to show what culture was like at that time. And it wasn't even like heavy-handed with like the 80s, 70s and 80s, this is how great the 70s and 80s were. They were just showing it. And it's funny because, of course, y'all know I went with my family, right? So the dynamic duo were talking about it in the car when we got back as we were leaving. And I'm like, the fact that these girls weren't even alive when Michael Jackson was alive. And they're joking about the fact that, what do they say? Michael Jackson's fans have yet to be born is what they kept saying. Oh yeah, Michael Jackson's fans, they have yet to be born. I thought that was so funny that they're talking about the fact that people who are not even born yet will enjoy Michael Jackson's music. That's crazy. And I think that is the purpose of the movie. I don't think it was meant to be like this deep dive into his past. Again, he's a complex character. He had a lot of sin in his life. A lot of sin was perpetuated on him. He was perpetuating a lot of sin. I mean, he's a sinner. That's not, we're not absolving him of that. We're only talking about the value that he added to society with just some music that was genuine, music that brought people together, all that kind of stuff. So, shout out to the Michael Jackson movie, and shout out to Black Tea with. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the JWhit Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment, because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.